Welcome to TradeTheNBI.com. This is John. This report is for the 27th. Hopefully I don't sound too nasally. The lovely head cold, not fun, but part of the season, I guess. So we have our little void right in here, and we're jumping over into the next day here, as that represented the break for the holiday. And no change. The daily looks pretty complacent at this particular point. Absolutely neutral for shorts, but looks like still maintaining the strength from alongside, and we have a reset of the steel, which has provided support during this holiday break. Will it be enough to push us up? Yeah, as we start getting more liquidity back, we're going to have end-of-year game stuff where people have to close out and or switch and rotate, so that should give us a little bit more of a swing. It may not happen for another day or so, but pretty benign as far as that goes. And look at how beautiful that run has been with both shakeout. A lot of positive extremes, though, on the Dow. So when there is a little bit of pullback, that's where it's going to hit it. And we can see the euro trying to get right back to that magenta line that I had drawn right here, which was going to be the return. This is the flex of the buy signal. We just don't have the orange moving back up into the range yet. About to meet with the green crossover, so that will determine whether or not it's able to hold it. But they're doing pretty well keeping it alive at this just above parity level. As long as they don't get below that 10, well, it's right at the 104.5. This is really the danger spot because this quick downdraft, and when you get to parity, that could cause problems for the S&P, and that we would see that elsewhere. And bonds pretty much holding flat. There's been a lot of movement back to them. People feeling fairly comfortable where the Fed is going to keep things and stay in oil right in line with expectations. If they keep it right there, it should be okay. And there's lovely gold not doing anything. Lots of movement in gold for countries and that, but it's not really been a major factor as far as inflation, though. I think it's something that people are going to start to think about once we determine whether or not there really is, this is the big debate. A lot of people think there's this massive, tightening of the labor force, and or whether or not there would be any ability to absorb any new jobs. I think that that's going to be easy to see early on as things turn around, but we won't know for another couple of months at least. So it's going to be a little bit tougher to get the gauge on that right away. Here's the 5K. We ended up with some short DOC spread stuff that came through, and then we ended up with the steel crossing at the same time. We had the green, and that started the slow uptick. And then you ended up with cyan below green as at that particular point. Right now, we're sort of at a flex point. As long as it is rising red, giving it enough strength to keep things rolling. Shakeout still staying positive overall, so I would expect that we're just going to backfill in between here, on our way to a gentle rise, potentially later on in the day. So we will continue to follow that. I'm going to be programming some of the couple little special requests that I had, and so hopefully get those put together to show some of the results. As always, though, continue to trade well. We'll look for me on the Skype chat. It'll be interesting to see how many people are back yet, given the Sunday break. It's sort of an interesting how it affects the holiday, and whether or not it's, I know for my case, I used to just take off the extra 4 days and boom, you had several week vacation. But we will see how it goes. As always, though, look for me on Skype chat. Trade well.